Hello class, welcome back to another video with the new subject called Human Resource Management. In this course, we would learn about the importance of human resource practices, responsibilities of human resource management, employee selecting, hiring, training, rewards, motivation, and payroll management. So this course is of 1 week. The required textbooks and equipment. The reference book for this course is Management of Human Resource, Dessler, the Essentials, 5th Canadian edition, Pearson Publisher. The evaluation of this course is the attendance at 10%, assignments and homework 40, final quiz 50, so the total is 100. Everything is on your Canvas LMS. And you would be able to look around the lecture one, which is about a strategic role of human resource management. The next is talent acquisition, onboarding and training, and employee benefit services. So feel free to browse your LMS and come across and be comfort reading all of these syllabi. And if you have any questions, you can, once we come live, you can ask me or shoot me an email as well. So the modules, I'll go on to the modules, and then from under modules, you would be able to access, your PowerPoint presentation of the course. We have chapter 1, strategic role of human resource management. The learning outcomes of this chapter is define human resource management, which is HRM, and analyze the strategic significance of human resource management. The second learning describes the 4 phases in the evolution of human resource management and explain how human resource management has changed over recent years to include a higher level advisory role. Another learning outcome explain how human resource management has taken on the characteristics of a profession. Discuss the internal and external environmental factors affecting human resources management policies and practices and explain their impact. So these are the learning outcome. The basics of human resource management. From the definition, if you see that managing human resource in the organizations to drive successful organizational performance and achievement of organization's strategic goal. Human capital is an asset, the knowledge, education, training, skills, and expertise of an organizational workforce. So that is, all about human resource, managing human capital, their education, their skills, upgrading, career path, providing the right training to do the right job, and hence meeting, the organizational goals. This is figure 1.1, linking company-wide and HR strategies. Now, if you see that company's competitive environment, company's strategic situation, the organizational performance, So this is how the company's strategic plans, for example, should we expand geographically, cut costs, diversify? The answers comes from human resource. Then what are the basic courses of action HR will pursue to ensure that the recruiting, selecting, training, and pricing and compensation system support the company's strategic plan? So this is a part of your organizational performance. A brief history of human resource management, scientific management, concern for production. Back in old days, where we talk an example of Henry Ford, the assembly line automobile. The concern was to produce more masses, like produce and productions. Scientifically analyzing manufacturing processes to reduce cost, compensating employees based on performance. Now, human resources movement, concern for people, productivity. See that? There are 2 aspects. One is the production-wise. and then the second is looking into the human factor, which is people and productivity. Um, Evolutionary phases. There are three phases. First phase, early 1900s, 1900s, where personnel administration was a key thing, hiring, firing, payroll, benefits, processing. Now, in phase two, 1930s and 1950s, union liaison, unions were involved, which talk about the benefits, employees' benefits, compliance with new laws, orientation, performance appraisal, employee relations. Then phase three, 1960 to 1980, is human resources management. The phenomena, the new word was introduced, outsourcing of many administrative functions, outsourcing like hiring other people, other organizations than yours one to do the admin jobs. Emphasis on contribution and proactive management of people. Phase four, where we live on now, 1990s to present, every line manager must possess basic human resources skills. So that is why the course would give you an overview of the basics of human resource management. This course won't make you the human resources specialist, but would give you the insights, the basics, how you would be able to manage human resources. Help achieve strategic objectives, new roles, activist, change steward, talent manager, organizational design. These are the roles which has been come up at a present era. So talent manager, you would come across this term when you apply for a job. You might be getting a call from those individuals, representing or calling them either change steward, talent manager, a part of the business. The strategic human resource, the HR role continues to evolve. The current shift in human resources management as a department and as a profession will continue to undergo evolution well into the 2020s. There are five major forces driving this change. Technology, yes, one factor is technology. Technology has helped automate basic human resource functions, including managing day-to-day transactions and employee self-service systems. Rather than maintaining human resource technology experts in-house, nearly half of companies outsource operational functions of human resource like payroll, benefits administration, employee education, recruiting processes, and workforce analytics. New roles are changing, the human resource domain. Corporate accounting scandals that plugged the early 2000s resulted in a more focused alignment of organizational activities with new laws and compliance expectations. The financial crisis that started in 2008, including a series of additional regulations and expectations of organizational accountability. In this highly volatile environment with high accountability expectations, HR roles is increasingly strategic, including helping the organization recover from changes and comply with the new regulations. So these are, succession planning as well. 50% of companies do not have a succession plan in place of their CEO. So the human resource are the individuals who come up with those plans, like a plan B, contingency plans. What if the present CEO or the top person in the organization leaves, the chairman leaves, the organization, what to do? Identifying top talent, another tool, another part of human resource strategic job. Some companies argue that all employees must be motivated, educated, rewarded, and evaluated. Others argue that a better return on investment can be secured by focusing on a smaller portion of workers. For example, the top 3% of all employees. HR is continually asked to establish a commitment to talent development that is fair, realistic, aware of limitations, and sustainable. A new breed, a new designation of human resource leaders. The rise of CHRO, Chief Human Resource Officer, or CTO, Chief Talent Officer, confirms the seriousness and intent of many boards of directors in elevating and recognizing the role and capabilities of human resource in an organization's leadership. So these are the factors, strategic roles which human resource personnel keep evolving or keep doing. Measuring the value of human resource metrics. Now, traditional measures focused on activity and cost. For example, number of candidates interviewed, cost per hire. So imagine, if you apply for a job, um, thousands of people or maybe more than 1,000 people they apply for the same job. So how to evaluate the right candidate, keeping in mind that time is money, and try to restrict, the cost under the belt. Today's major productive, focus on productivity, quality, sales, market share, and profits. And then the other approach is the balanced scorecard, a measurement system that translates organization strategy into a comprehensive set of financial and operational performance measures. Human resource activities, operational, admin level, like hires and maintains employees and then manages employee separations. A strategic category, human resources focused on ensuring that the organization is staffed with the most effective human capital to achieve its strategic goals, like a skill set, the right person to do the right job. Now, this is a table where they come up with table 1.1, operational versus a strategic, human resource. See that operational skills, strategic, the concept. Now, the words they're using, the only thing which has, you would see that operational level, they're talking about skills, but strategic, the concept. Administrative task, they look for the planning. Reactive, proactive. So operational is reactive, and then in strategic human resource, they're productive, proactive. We're not waiting for something to happen. They're prepared, well prepared before that anything happens. Then we have think, pair, share. This is something, one activity they talked about, what to do with that. Describe examples you have experienced in the workplace for each of the two HR activities, like operational and strategic, and share your answers. Growing professionalism in human resource management. Now, it is a profession and it's growing fast. So these are the common characteristics of profession, a common body of knowledge, performance standards, professional association, external perception as a professional, code of ethics, required training credentials, ongoing skill development, and maintenance of professional competence. See that HR associations per province and designation. The designation is CPHR, Human Resource Management Associations are here. So look at that jurisdiction, Alberta, where we are right now. Human Resource Institute of Alberta, CPHR designation, and the link is there. So if you are in Ontario, Human Resource Professionals Association of Ontario, and the designation is CHRP, CHRL, and CHRE, and the website link is there. So you can find out all of the designations. If you want to do that human resource designation, you can follow the link, and then you would dig in more into it and how you can be human resource professional. Guiding human resource practitioners in Canada. No nationwide association guiding HR practitioners in Canada. Every province and territory has an association of human resource practitioners, right? Including Prince Edward Island and Nova Scotia. Rules serving the interest of its members, regulatory bodies serving the public. Ethics, human resource professionals created a need for a uniform code of ethics. Ethical versus unethical is usually open to debate. Provides a guide to help employees discover the next course of action by themselves. Ethics, again, reasons for failure of ethics programs, lack of effective implemented leadership, inadequate training. So, security of information, client privacy, environmental issues. So these are the ethics, code of ethics, which human resource professionals they talk about and they then transfer to the employees. Social responsibility is one of the code of ethics in these days. obligation to managers acting in their official capacities to serve, protect interest of groups other than themselves. Important manifestation of ethics. Environmental influence is also there, external influence and internal influence. Now, economic conditions are the external influence which changes the human resource management, like laws, right? Labor laws, the minimum wage, safety, their say, compliance, and internal organizational culture, organizational climate, and management practices. So the external and internal environmental influences on human resource. So these are here the external technology controlling data and privacy. Internal we have management practices, organizational structure, and employee empowerment. External employment levels, productivity levels, growth of the primary, secondary, and tertiary services sectors. Economic conditions. Labor market, again, another issues, external factor which reshape human resource management. Increasing workforce diversity, visible minorities, ethnic minorities, women, aboriginal population, people with disabilities. So it's one of the job of the human resource to include the diversified workforce, including all of those diversity people inducted into the organization. Generational differences, traditionalist, baby boomers, Generation X, Generation Y. So we lie right now, those who were born between 1981 2000 is Generation Y. Education, external influences, labor market issues, higher overall level of education, however, higher level of functionality, illiteracy. The education, the theoretical part is there, but they do not have the practical hands-on experience. That's what they were saying, that functionality illiteracy. Increased non-standard or contingent workers, part-time, temporaries, home, self-employed. So these are, they come up with these, the job they offer in terms of to accommodate employees and to the businesses as well. Again, think, pair, share. Have you experienced a clash with workers older or younger than in your workforce? You might come across older people working in the organization with you. So they were saying that you have any issues. Have you ever noticed age differences? Explain your answer. Generational differences, right? See, one is loyalty. Like, I mean, if you see that traditionalists 1922 to 1945, they were loyal. Now, baby boomers, optimism. Generation X, independence. And Generation Y, their confidence. So these are, the four generations differences in terms of their, norms and attitudes, values, and expectations. It continues on to the next slide as well. Literacy level of Canadians, 16 to 64. So look at that, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. So here, 17 of adults, 29% in low income bracket with medium household income, 49,696. So these numbers are coming from, they want to give an idea of the Canadian levels of from 16 years to 64 years, the literacy and income levels. So it is coming from the source adapted from Alison Campbell. The website is there as well. External influences technology, right? New technologies, Twitter, Facebook, video conferencing is being used, during a pandemic and right now, after the pandemic as well. Concerns over data control, accuracy, right to privacy, and ethics. So this is one of the things, you need to talk about, you need to consider the privacy, computerized monitoring of email, voicemail, telephone conversation, computer usage, and behavior. So these are the technology external factors reshaping human resource management and human resource policies. Government ensure policies and practices comply with the new and changing laws covering human rights, employment standards, labor relations, occupational health and safety, and worker compensation. So wherever you are in jurisdiction or province, you need to follow the government rules related to the labor laws. Globalization, since we are a part of that, global trends, firms extend business operational abroad, emergence of one world economy, multinational corporations conduct businesses around the world, seek cheap skilled labor. You might have noticed that when you call any service provider, the call connects out of Canada. So the reason why, because the cheap labor is skilled, so they pay less amount, less regulations, the exchange rate in Canadian dollar. So that is why they outsource those call centers. External influence, environmental concern, right? We have sustainability, climate change, global warming. We are hearing, constantly those terms. Organizational culture, core values, beliefs, and these are the internal influences, which are reshaping human resource policies. Internal organizational climate, friendly, unfriendly, open, secretive, rigid, flexible, autocratic, or democratic. If you are you free to say, express your feelings, if you have been asked. All these are the human resource policies, communication style. Management practices, bureaucratic organization being replaced with flatter structures, increased employee empowerment. So this is all about the strategic role of human resource management. If you have any question, like I said at the start, write down and email me, or once we come live, we would be able to answer your questions, and then we take from there. So this is it, and hope to see you in our next session. So bye for now.